Hey guys, welcome back to NunoSolutions.com. I'm Nuno, and in this video, I'm going to show you guys how you can take a table from SQL Server and convert it into a C# class. I'm providing a link to a zip file that contains a SQL Server code snippet that allows you to do this very quickly. It also contains a SQL file if you prefer to use that. On the screen here, you can see the link here. I'll also include the link in the description below, and I'll also include the link on NunoSolutions.com in the video post that I'm going to have on there. So to start off, let's just click on this link and open up the zip file. And what happens is it gets downloaded. You can see I already downloaded it a few times. So I'm going to go into the folder where it downloaded it. And I'm actually going to unzip it. Let me just delete this. We don't need that. And extract the file. And there's actually going to be two files in here. Click on that, extract all. And it's going to create a folder in your downloads called table to C# class. I'm going to rename it to NunoSolutions.com. I'm going to delete the zip file that it was downloaded because I don't need it anymore. And so in the folder that contains the files that were extracted, you're going to have two files. One's going to be a SQL file that you can open. The other one is a snippet file, which is a SQL Server Management Studio code snippet. If I open that up, you can see what it looks like. It's basically an XML file that contains the SQL script. So you could very easily add it into your SQL Management Studio so you don't have to remember what it is. So let me show you how you do that. You could also double click on the SQL file, by the way, to open it up, and you can just use it there. You go to Tools, you go to Code Snippet Manager, you click Add, and then you go to the folder that you extracted, which is in my computer, it's on downloads and then NunoSolutions.com. And it's you don't see the files here because they want you to select the folder. Just hit the select folder button, and you'll see NunoSolutions.com pop up in your code snippet manager. If you expand it, you can see what's in there. It's basically detecting that there's one script file, right? It's called table to C# class. Just click OK. Now, if you want to add the snippet to your SQL query window, all you have to do is right click and then click Insert Snippet. And then from there, you'll see a list of folders. Most of these folders are just built-in SQL Server Management Studio code snippets. But you'll see there's a folder in here called NunoSolutions.com. If you double click on it, it'll bring up the table to C# class code snippet. If you double click on that, it'll actually bring in the T-SQL code that's in the snippet. And you can see here, this is the code that generates basically a C# class from a table. I didn't write this myself. I don't remember exactly where I got it. I did tweak it though a little bit. There was a couple missing things in here, but I don't remember exactly where I got this from. But all you have to do in this script is change the table name to whatever table name you want. For example, so I'm connected to Nuno Solutions database. Go to the Object Explorer, expand that. Let's just grab employees, right? And then in here, we're going to replace the table name. You execute that, and you'll see it automatically produces a C# class containing all the columns with the correct data types, and also if it's nullable, it'll include the question mark after the data type, which is really cool. It's really handy. If I open up SQL Visual Studio Code, create a new code file, and just paste it. If you want to beautify or colorize it, at the bottom here where it says plain text, if you click on that, you could pick the type of code file that is. It pretty much knows already it's C#. So if I click on that, you see the colors change automatically. But cool thing is you could actually add this file directly to your Visual Studio project. And then if you want to use any framework, you could add the key attribute, you could add the table attribute, and it just makes it very easy if you just want to work with a table directly using any framework. The other thing is, if I close this real quick, I wanted to show you guys another cool thing. I'm just going to delete this script here. Something that most people don't know about SQL Server Management Studio is that if you want to create a quick SQL query and make it very easy to add columns, of course everyone knows you can right click a table and then you can basically go into script and you can just do select, and then you could do to new query window, and that basically gives you a select statement with all the columns, right? But what if you don't want to? But then it gives you the using statement for using the database, gives you extra stuff that you really don't want. If you want to real quick, just create your own select statement and you do employees and you just want all the columns. There's a very cool, easy way to do it. All you have to do is click on this columns folder here, drag and drop it over to the side, and boom, you got all your columns now. So if I minimize the Object Explorer, you will see I now have all the columns. And it spaces it out, very nicely. And it makes it very easy if you wanted to just take out a specific column out or whatever. They don't have to type them in manually. Another thing that if you don't know is, you go into the Object Explorer, you can actually also drag and drop the columns manually just by one like this. Another thing that's kind of cool that I use a lot actually is if you go into the tables folder and you if you right click it, there's this filter option. If you go to filter settings, you actually can filter the tables by whatever you want. For example, if I type in the name contains emp and I click OK, now it gives me all the tables that have emp in it, basically. So this if you're working in a professional environment, typically you're gonna have like hundreds of tables or close to it, and it just takes a very long time to scroll up and down. And if you know what you're looking for, use this filter option. It makes it very easy. Once you've applied the filter, you could also right click the tables folder again, go to filter, and you just remove filter, and boom, you're back. You remove the filter, you can see all the tables. That's it, guys. I just wanted to show you a couple tips on how to use SQL Server Management Studio, how to quickly convert a table into a C# class if you're a .NET developer, and to make your life a little bit easier. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you like the video, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.